What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to The Six. This, of course, is season 2 of The Six. Season 1 ended a couple of weeks ago. Right now, there are only 5 of us. Jap is having a little bit of trouble out in Chicago because apparently he's having some power problems out there. The storm is going through. So hopefully Jap will be. Wait a minute. Hopefully Jap will be able to join us here pretty soon from Chi-Town. No, I promise you I'm not in a strip club, even though there are neon lights and stiletto heels in the background. That's just how I roll. Let us introduce tonight's panel. First up, the man in the 305, Myron, 5% Body Fat Gains, the purveyor of the Fresh and Fit podcast, which airs on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I'm happy to be here. This is going to be a really good episode, man.
Yes.
Shout out to the panel as well. All good friends of mine. This is going to be a great show. Thank you for having me on, Donovan.
Excellent. Live from the Twin Cities, the dude who can't quit messing with his phone was blowing up my chat and Instagram live. Listen, man, that's the first time I've ever gone live on Instagram. I see you guys do it all the time. I was like, okay, I'm missing out on something. I got this nice new phone. It's time to do it. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Solo TV 84 in the building, aka Solomon Jones. Just here to have a good show. You know what I mean? I'm just the social commentator. I specialize in social circle game commentary in regards to game. I'm not retired, but I'm not like these guys. But if you want to know about social circle game, social status game, I'm your guy, man.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean these guys?
well, you guys are the
he said that like he almost said that like he said you people.
No. You know what I mean. You guys are like the guys in the game. I mean, I'm still in the game, okay. But I'm more of a niche game. So, by the way, Donovan, I'm also coming out with a new series called Husky Boys Season. That's going to be catered to husky men. Okay. I don't care if you're black, white. It's going to be game tailored to the bigger guys. I feel like we're ignoring those guys.
Okay.
What about those guys that are in transition to getting in shape, Donovan? So I'm reaching out to those guys.
Okay, good. That's actually a good concept. By the way, let me rewind. When you were sort of explaining yourself, you literally sounded like a white person trying to tell us that you weren't racist because you just saying.
What up?
The king of Gotham City. Where are you tonight, man? Look,
same spot I had. I just turned the camera around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that was it. Just another look. You feel me?
I'm seeing like Miss Pac-Man or something.
Yeah, this is the you gotta get this shit. This shit is dope. The arcade joints, that shit is fly, bro. You got like 2,000 games on it. You know what I'm saying?
No, are you serious?
Yeah, all that Street Fighter, all that stuff. You know.
Oh no! Listen, no disrespect, but you done fucked up. That's going to be the end of Donovan Sharp. If I get my hands on that, my channel's going down.
Yeah, it's only like $150. That's it.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh, goodness, holy moly! Okay. All right. Tell the people where to find you, man.
MrLocaria.com, badboymembership.com. That's the spot, man. That's the spot.
Yes, sir. By the way, after the episode, I need a link to that.
Yeah. I'll send you a link.
Man, dude, appreciate it. Last but not least, the Godfather. We call him actually, you know what? He is the BBW whisperer extraordinaire, the one, the only, Kevin Samuels.
Hey guys, how we doing? Hey, Mr. Locario, I tell you right now, I've had to detox completely. I'm a big time gamer.
Right.
I don't have an Xbox or a PS or none of that shit because I'm like Donovan just said. Once I start,
it's a wrap.
It's a line. You're talking about, I've been looking at it. And I'm like, dude, no, I can't do it, bro. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Chilling.
I'll tell you what. The only reason why I'm successful at doing this is because I had to get off that narcotic. Real talk. Dude, oh my God. I don't know. I don't really know if I should really get the link. I don't know. I'm kind of going back. At any rate, we already have a super chat. Let's go ahead and read this, and then we will get right into today's topic. The club, Professor Rich, $5 says, shout out to the homies. Okay, let's get right into it, guys. Now, while it might seem obvious to some people looking at the thumbnail, which relationships work best for men? What mentality should men have when pursuing women for relationships of varying degrees, varying seriousness, etc., etc.? Now, of course, conventional wisdom in this neck of the woods would say, don't get married. But we actually have a panelist who is married who also happens to have a girlfriend. So he kind of counts, but then he kind of doesn't, right? Because he still has a side chick. That's sort of the ultimate situation. So what we're going to discuss tonight is the mentality that men should have when pursuing women, number one. Then we're going to talk about the best kinds of relationships that men here in 2020 should have with women. Should they get married? Should they cohabitate? Should they be in long-term relationships and not cohabitate? Should they just be friends with benefits forever and ever until you move on to the next one? That's what we are going to explore tonight. I'm going to come to Solo with this one first because he is still in the game, and we people are not. So I want to know, Solo. Solo, what do you think? What is the best mentality? And I want to specify this as far as age, because you are 34, right?
36.
You're 36, right?
Yeah.
And see, listen, I'm 7 years older than you, but my priorities when I was 36 are not the same priorities I have now at 43. So what are your priorities in terms of your relationships with women on a sexual level?
Yeah, Donovan. So right now, for me personally, I mean, you know, they have a thing called cuffing season. Have you heard of it?
Oh, yes. Oh, very, very familiar with that, my friend. Very familiar.
Yeah. So cuffing season is kind of like this meme that's gone around in the social media sphere, Twitter sphere, and whatnot, where, you know, if you're a guy, you know, you get yourself a winter bay, and then, you know, you and her have all types of fun. And then right before Valentine's Day, you send her back to the streets, right?
Oh.
And me personally, Donovan, I mean, for me, I'm into right now short-term relationships,
okay.
But if something leads to a long-term, that's fine. But she's got to meet the criteria, right? She's got to be submissive, cooperative, feminine, all that other things. But I'm open towards anything. If she just wants one night, or if I want one night, fine. If she wants short-term, fine. But I'm not meeting women like back in my blue pill days, Donovan. It used to be like I used to build what I used to call castles in the sky. And what that means is you don't even know the girl. You never even fucked her, but you fantasizing about having kids with her, having a house, a picket fence.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And Donovan, keep it real. I know you've done it too, right? So you realize really quickly, a lot of girls that you meet, they're for the streets. They're just like for that, you know, short-term material in 2020. And a lot of people get mad, Donovan, when we mention this, right?
Yes.
About how a lot of women are very short-term. But I remember in the early 2000s, I'm pretty sure you remember too, Donovan, when you had sex with a woman, it was a big fucking deal.
Yes.
It was a huge deal.
Yes.
Because a woman, like for her to give herself like that to you, she, even if you guys weren't committed, she wanted to know that, hey, this guy likes me and I'm going to see him again, right? Now these girls are giving away the coochie like free suckers when you go to the dentist office. Like, make sense. You go to the dentist office and they give you a free sucker afterwards.
Right. Exactly. Like I thought I was here to get rid of the cavities. Right?
But yeah, I mean, it's like a blowjob nowadays is like a handshake to women, and so it's like,
ooh.
Back in the day, we used to say if you get a girl to have sex with you 3 times, she's going to be emotionally connected to you. Now that doesn't matter, Donovan. It doesn't. Sex doesn't matter to women.
Nope.
It doesn't. So for me, it's a situational basis on the woman I'm dealing with. Okay. But more importantly for me right now, I'm not looking for anything serious. I let the women know, because this whole thing that some dating coaches like to do, lie to women, this and that. Look, it's 2020. You don't have to lie to these women. Some of these women on Tinder will tell you straight up, Donovan, I'm just looking to have fun for like wintertime or this and that. And that's why cuffing season is now called husky boy season. Because if you're a husky guy, he's skinny, 110-pound white girls, they want to cuddle up to something nice. So we're going to talk all about that. Facts.
Listen, you made a very, very good point. And this is something I think that every guy has experienced. Before you even talk to the girl and you decide that you like her, which is usually in 10 seconds because it doesn't really take us that long. If she looks good, we're trying to smash. You already start fantasizing about what a relationship would be like with her, what it would be like if she were your girlfriend, what it would be like if she spent the night at your house. And I love the way you put that, building the castle in the sky. I've never really had a term for that, but that is, I can't really think of a better way to put that. This is a mistake a lot of guys make, is they start liking a girl and all of a sudden their mind fast forwards into the future. And you're already in your mind simping for a woman you haven't even smashed yet. Oh my God, unbelievable. Well said. And of course, a BJ is like a handshake. That was the quote of that little soliloquy there. I'm going to go to Myron next because Myron, you and Solo are around in the same age range. For you as a 30-year-old, you're in Miami. There's those big booty Brazilian bitches all over the place.
Yeah.
What kind of relationships best serves a guy like you who is your age and your environment?
So I did a show a couple weeks back, and I said 5 things you need to have in place before you even think about getting into a long-term relationship.
That's a good one. I watched that one.
And I basically said I don't think any guy should settle down with a girl until he's at least 35 years old, has $100,000, making $100,000 a year minimum, has 6 months of savings saved, a 50 leg count, and then in shape. And the reason why I say this is because you're what I call at that point entry level high value. And what I mean by that is that because the thing is that quite frankly, a lot of guys want to get girls, but they don't have enough Pokemon badges. And I always say that because it resonates with a lot of people, especially in my age demographic, right? That played Pokemon back in the day. You go try to fight a gym leader that had right. Stronger than you, or you try to get your Charizard to use flamethrower, but you only had like 3 badges. He wouldn't listen to you, right? That's kind of how it is with chicks. The only way women are going to be attracted to you, first of all, is number one, you got to have high sex appeal, just like me and Lacari talk about all the time on the show. Then on top of that, you have to be willing. Guys always complain, girls don't submit. You have to be worthy of being submitted too. You know what I'm saying? We got to put a little bit of accountability on the men here. And the reason why so many girls don't listen to you guys, they act masculine, etc., is because you guys don't have your stuff together. When you have your stuff together, you have a good lake. You've had fornication with other women out there, and you know what it's like to be around women. You have your money right, you're in shape, etc. Now you can start to exert boundaries. Now you start to tell her, hey, I don't want you on social media. Hey, no girls' nights out, all this other stuff. And you haven't got to say it like that. You just be like, listen, I don't deal with chicks that do that.
There you go.
He's going to have to make a decision right there, a conscious decision. Okay, do I want to lose this guy, or am I going to give up this temporary pleasure because this is what he wants? Okay, I'm going to give up this temporary pleasure. And then that's when you know that she truly likes you for you. Because quite frankly, a lot of you guys are what I call placeholder boyfriends. And what I mean by that is that she doesn't want to be alone, just like Solo was talking about cuffing season. Cuffing season, 80% of the time, 90% of the time, it's just chicks don't want to be alone during the holidays. Quite frankly, they want to be able to bring a dude around, say, oh, I have a boyfriend, whatever. Because despite the fact that women say, I want to be young, single, and free, they still get shamed if they're not able to lock down a guy. I always say a man's value is being able to attract a woman. A woman's value is derived from, can she retain a man?
Right.
And frankly, most of these chicks can't. So what do? They circumvent it. Oh, cuffing season. Let me get this guy to commit to me short term, even though I don't really like him, so that I can say that I got a guy, right? I'm not alone. And then boom, when summertime comes around and I'm able to go to Miami, etc., she's hanging out with me and fresh on a boat. A bunch of things you don't want her to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But she's doing that in the summer, and this is the unfortunate reality because people complain all the time to me, Myron, not every girl goes on a boat. Myron, no, all these girls are like that. Bruh, they all are like that, man. They all. And you guys got to stop being like suckers, bro. So it's just the thing is that once you have those things in place, then you're going to be able to exert your boundaries. So for me right now, at this point, I'm just focusing on me, doing some part-time womanizing, and that's about it.
Before we go to Lucario, dude, Myron, I could not have put that any better myself. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with cuffing season, I'm going to give you the 30-second Reader's Digest version. Cuffing season. About a week or so before the Thanksgiving holiday, a girl surveys the 5 or 6 guys that she is having biblical relations with and decides which one she likes the best. She decides to make that guy her boyfriend. The guy who is an idiot says, yes, of course, I'll be your boyfriend. You're hot. We're having sex. And it's all good. She shows up to Thanksgiving. Hey, this is my new guy. This is Brian. Hey, Brian. Yeah, okay, good to meet you. Yeah, how serious is? Oh, yeah, we're pretty serious. She gets to, Christmas time. Oh, yeah, I'm still with Brian. Everything is good. Girls don't want to be alone for the holidays because they don't want those uncomfortable conversations with their family and friends. And they don't want to be alone for Valentine's Day. They don't want to be the girl who doesn't get the stuffed bear or the flower sent to her at work on Valentine's Day. Girls don't really care about the flowers. They care about the gesture. When they're at work and they're sent flowers or chocolates or whatever, it says to the world, a man chose me.
Facts.
I belong to a man. Women love that. Then what happens when spring break comes around? They come to Vegas. They're messing around. They're hanging out with me in a casino. And then next thing you know, they're flying out to Miami, hanging out with Myron on the boat. Then they're flying up to the Twin Cities, hanging out with Solo, right?
Yeah, man. Girls don't care about you giving them flowers, guys. I want to say this is a huge red pill for everybody out there. Girls don't give a fuck about you giving them flowers or being chivalrous or anything. They want you to do it in front of other people so other girls get jealous. They want to be able to say, look at this. This guy is giving me this gesture, right? He's rewarding me. Look at me. And they want to make other girls jealous. This is why when girls get flowers sent to them or whatever, it could be from the dude that's at the bottom of the tier on their list that they don't even fuck that guy. But they will make sure they put that on Instagram story. Like, look at this on Valentine's Day. This guy sent this to me. Oh, because girls always compete against each other to see who can exert the most resources, attention, whatever it may be from men, bro. Like girls compete with each other. They don't even know it, but they try their hardest to compete against each other. And they want you to give them flowers in public. You know what I'm saying? For the clout, not necessarily because they give a shit about roses.
So after they come see me in Vegas, and a lot of guys always ask me, our detractors, Donovan, how do you know what goes on these trips? And I used to live in Las Vegas, man. I'm seeing wives and girlfriends, women who are in long-term relationships. I have a boyfriend. I've been married for 5 years. I've been married for 2 years, but I don't know. Like, I was that dude. Then when they get back from spring break, they have a sit down with you and say, we need to talk. Then they go off in their summer carousel, right? They're banging 5 or 6 guys. Then about a week or so before the Thanksgiving holidays, they survey the 5 or 6 guys they like and pick out the one they like the best, make that guy his boyfriend, make that guy her boyfriend, rinse and repeat. That, in a nutshell, is cuffing season. So, Lucario, now you're closer to my age.
Right.
You're like, talk to me, and I want to know this because I think for some reason, I think that you've had the same priorities for a while. Was there a difference between Lucario 10 years ago and now, or has there been a
Yeah, it's way more of a difference. I'm 39. I was gonna say I'm 96. I'm 39 right now. So 10 years ago, and I was like, 28, 29, it was more just about like, how hot the girl is and that was it. You understand what I'm saying? As far as me even dealing with a woman, period. Now it's turned from that until, okay, I still want to be attracted to her, but she don't got to be the hottest chick. I also want her to have things going on besides just her looks. You understand? Like sex is cool, but what else you got to bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? And so that comes with you getting older and you having other priorities that you're trying to deal with. So like, we're all busy guys here. So it's like, you're busy, you're doing your thing, you're building your business, you're making these things happen. So something like even a girl just acting right and being, like she's not a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to make it more attracted to her versus like the hottest girl who's an asshole. You understand what I'm saying? So if the girl's a 7, but she's peaceful, I'm messing with her every time because that peaceful energy I need to be able to focus on all the other stuff that I'm doing. So the thing is that I think as guys get older, they'll realize more of these things. But the problem is this: most guys who get older, when they still get stuck in the whole, well, she got to be the hottest girl ever. Yes. When they get stuck in that, that's because when they were younger, they didn't actually have the game or the experience to deal with women who were hot. So they haven't got past it yet. You understand what I'm saying? So they're still caught in like high school. Oh, I got to get the baddest chick. That's something that they haven't gotten the baddest chick yet.
Right.
So they don't realize what it is. So they're still chasing that. But once you get older and you've been through that, it's like there's other things that you look for when you're dealing with women and other types of relationships that you're looking for versus just like, I'm just trying to smash. Now, there are times where you just want to smash, but at the same time, there's also times where you're like, okay, this could be a girl that I can put into my program and make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff, man. Very, very well said. Now, Kevin, I want to come to you with this one. Eddie Daniels in the chat says, I think the best kind of relationship for men is obviously friends with benefits. They think they want commitment, but once a man commits, she no longer sees him as alpha. It's a catch-22. Shout out to Eddie Daniels. I love the fact that he's a member, but I think where Eddie's missing the mark here, number one is the vernacular, right? No longer sees him as alpha. Dude, alpha is kind of no slight to you, Eddie, but alpha's kind of a played out word. I think what you really want to see or want to say is that shine has worn off, right? We were talking about this one. Wait,
Donovan, sorry. Alpha is what?
Say what now?
Alpha is what?
Alpha's outdated in terms of talking about in terms of talking about men of value, are there such things as alpha males? Yes, but the word alpha has been so bastardized and convoluted. Nobody can really agree on what the word alpha is. Everybody wants it to have one definition. Instead, we use things like men of value, men of high value, things of that nature. So I think what Eddie is trying to say is that as soon as you commit to a woman, she no longer sees you as an alpha or a man of value. I think it depends upon where you are and upon where she is. Kevin, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, and something Mr. Lucario said that was right on point is depends on, are you in a scarcity mentality with these women?
There you go.
And at my age, I would go down on hotness for upper and cooperation. But what I value at 50 is different than what I valued at 20. I've had enough peace leave for 10 lifetimes. So adding another 30 women to the rotation has diminishing returns. I'm looking for a woman that understands, one, this is my passion. I'm playing. What are we doing? What do we talk about when we're not here? We live this.
That's right.
And you got to understand that you will always come a distant second to all of this stuff. And you are here to add value, to understand what makes me attractive to you and nurture that, inspire that. I don't need you for the sex because honestly, I can afford that. If I want to, I'll just go hire a high-end escort and have the baddest chick in the area and pay her to leave. And this is the advantage of a man understanding where he is and what he needs from a woman. So I like where I'm at, but I will look back at me when I was a young Thundercat in my 20s. My views on women were completely different. And I think that's what makes this panel so great, is we have such a broad, such broad viewpoints coming from different points, from different guys. So
yeah, absolutely, man. As far as I am concerned, in terms of, and listen, obviously our priorities change as we age, but something Lucario said that was, dude, spot on. This is why we tell guys to get as much experience in your 20s as you can. Listen, 9s and 10s are still banging guys in their 20s. Like, don't get it twisted. Listen, 9s and 10s bang guys in their 20s. They don't really take them seriously. They just use them for fun, for bedroom fun, and that's that. 9s and 10s in their 20s, if they're going to commit to someone, they're going to commit to men like us, men in our 30s, 40s, sometimes even 50s, who are well established. But what Lucario said is 100% true. This is why we tell you to get experience in your 20s, because if you don't have experience with good-looking women in your 20s, by the time you get to your 30s and 40s and you finally do achieve that bad chick, that's going to be your only priority. Dude, I smashed more ass in Vegas than I even care to admit, man. I probably have some kind of super, chlamydia or something down there. Like, my junk should have fallen off because I was very irresponsible. I probably got a couple of kids running around out there. Who knows?
Don DeMarco.
Yeah. Oh, I need to get that sound, by the way.
I got you guys.
Don DeMarco.
I got you guys.
That one for my soundboard. But now as a 43-year-old, dude, my priorities are different from even 5 years ago. But the number one thing, and I think Lucario said it best, it's always looks with guys. That's not a bad thing. But when a man who says, listen, my chick's got to be bad, she's got to be an 8, a 9, or a 10 before I even thinking about committing, that's not a bad thing. But what that also means is that you need more experience, because the older you get, the less looks are required. Don't get me wrong. No one's up here telling you to commit to girls who look like, dust buckets, right? Nobody's telling you to commit to 2s and 3s or even smash them. But again, Lucario was 3 for 3 on this. At least men my age, as far as I'm concerned, I would rather be in a long-term relationship with a 7 who has utility and agency than an 8, a 9, or a 10 who's as dumb as a box of rocks. That's what it comes down to.
Let me say this real quick. The guys that talk the most about wanting to get bad chicks had never dated a bad chick, bro.
Yes.
We did a full. You guys got to get on Donovan's Patreon. We talked about this extensively. How to deal with the 9s and 10s, the strippers, the chicks that like basically get paid off the way they look, hired guns, etc. You guys don't want to deal with women like this on a long-term basis, bro. You're gonna get white hair all over the place because you're gonna have to constantly be checking her, dealing with her BS. A lot of these chicks bring nothing to the table outside of sex because no guy's ever held them accountable. So it's like, it's a headache, bro, to deal with like dimes, man. And the guys that scream the most about, I want dimes, bro, you've never dealt with one. So like, you know what I'm saying? And when you deal with one, then you're going to know what we're talking about.
And listen, man, we don't tell you this. And every one of us has dealt with fucking dimes before. Don't get me wrong, man. Dimes are great. Messing with 10s is great. They have awesome bodies, beautiful faces. They help you get other 9s and 10s. Dude, girls are looking at you. Guys are looking at you. It's a great life. But Myron is right. It is a headache. And it's only worth dealing with as long as you have the energy. As soon as I turned, 38, I was like, dude, I don't have the energy for this anymore. I packed my ass up and went to Reno. Anybody have anything else?
Wait, Donovan, can I ask you a question?
Hey, you got it, Solo.
There's this myth, right, that 9s and 10s are lazy in the bedroom, right?
Yes.
You get like a 9 and 10, and I'm not saying all of them. I mean, I've never been with a 10. I've been with a couple 9s.
Okay.
But, that's even subjective. But, okay, I'm going to say something controversial right now, Lucario and Kevin. I think 6s and 7s are the best in the bedroom. You can slut them out, whatever.
No, listen, dude, you are spot on. Now, hold on. Now, real quick. This isn't to say that I have an 9 or a 10 that wasn't unbelievable in bed. But woman for woman, 6s and 7s blow away 9s and 10s between the sack, and it's not even close. And the reason for this, you want to know why 9s and 10s are lazy is because they can be. All a 9 or a 10 has to do to elicit a favorable sexual response from a man, a lot of times she doesn't have to take off her clothes. Right? She have to take off her clothes. If she does get naked and he is actually having sex with her, he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having sex with a 10. That's the way it was for me. I was like, oh my God. And then 30 seconds later, I was done. But and the thing is that 9s and 10s know they don't really have to do anything. Okay, they'll give you a little BJ now and then, but that BJ will not be as passionate, as ferocious as the BJ from the 6 or 7. Anybody else got anything on that?
Last thing I was going to say, 9s and 10s guys, quite frankly, date them, non-exclusively, whatever it is, but I wouldn't commit to them, man, because it's going to come with a lot of headaches that you're not prepared for. Me and Lucario talked about this before too. Like a lot of dudes, 99% of guys aren't going to be able to deal with the amount of attention she's going to get alone with that. Like when you take her out to places or whatever it is, dudes are going to hit on her right in front of you. And it takes,
you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Listen, you can't be weak. Listen, you got to be ready. You cannot be weak. Listen, everybody wants to date a bad chick until you date a bad chick. I'm telling you right now, you ain't ready. You are not ready for you're not ready for dudes and chicks hitting on your girl in public in front of you. You're not ready for that. Listen, I'm trying to tell you right now, you have to have iron dude, you have to have balls of steel, man. You have to have balls of steel. There was turbo gonna syphil herpy or something like that. James Young says, who wears perfume to the gym? This is an interesting question. I don't want to get too off topic with this, but I want to go around the panel with this because this is always very interesting. Why do you think it is? I just want to hear your unique opinions. Why is it when we go to the gym, when we as guys go to the gym, we don't care what we smell? I mean, people throw on deodorant so we don't stink. We don't do our hair. I'm not combing, not doing any of that stuff. Back when I used to go to the gym before I had my own gym, I didn't care what I looked like. Girls will get made up. They'll wear perfume. Myron, I'm going to come to you with this because you're our fitness guy. Why do girls get all primmed up? Why do they get all done up for the gym?
Real talk. A lot of girls do it so they can take pictures in the gym and put it on their story or whatever it is. And, I've seen chicks like literally show up to the gym, full face of makeup on, take a couple pictures in their yoga pants and then leave, not even work out. And
what? Yeah,
man. Yeah. A lot of chicks like, bro, you'd be amazed. Like, every chick has like a fitness Instagram or like they put like pictures of themselves working out, whatever it is, they take a picture of their food, whatever. So like a lot of girls want, even though they don't really work out or do anything serious, they want to create this facade like, oh, look at me, I'm healthy, whatever. So a lot of girls do this to take pictures in the gym. Then you got your chicks that like, you could tell a chick that's hardcore in the gym because she doesn't wear makeup. She looks like crap. Her hair's all messed up, whatever. But she's serious because you look at her physique and you can tell, okay, this girl hasn't done surgery, whatever it is. She's actually training hard. She's actually sweating, etc. A lot of girls go to the gym, bro, just for attention. It's pretty ridiculous. And the thing is that they're going there to get attention. And it's funny because it's like some girls really get off, especially in the gym, on like rejecting dudes. Like they purposely dress up really nice. They wear the crazy spandex. Like this is very common in Miami, by the way. They wear like these onesies or whatever. And they get off on just like turning dudes down. This is why I tell guys a lot of the time, don't hit on girls at your gym. If you're going to hit on girls at the gym, which I don't personally suggest, go to like, let's say your LA Fitness is this one, go to one like a town over or two, and then go ahead and talk to chicks there. That way you don't have to deal with like any awkwardness or whatever it is when you're at your home gym. But a lot of chicks do it, man, straight for attention and to take Instagram pictures. Real reality.
Before I come to Solo with this one, because I want to get his opinion on this one. Hitting on girls, and I don't recommend it either. I never hit on girls at the gym. Hitting on girls at the gym is like hitting on girls at work. And this is my theory. This is why you never sleep with your coworkers. I've banged coworkers. We've all done it. But here's my theory. And I don't have anything to back this up, but this usually happens. If you hook up with a coworker, when that relationship ends, and it will, within 6 months of your relationship, whatever it was on any level, within 6 months of that ending, either one or both of you won't be with the company anymore. That's how it is. Maybe you get fired. Maybe either one or both of you will not be with that company within 6 months. So let's just say you actually succeed in getting with a girl at the gym. And let's say that you guys bang for 3 months and she ghosts you or you ghost her. Are you going back to that gym? Is she coming back to that gym? So, and hell, less than a month after that ends, either one or both of you is not going to be at that gym anymore. If you value your gym, don't hit on girls that work out at your gym. Yeah. So why do girls get all dolled up for the gym?
Yeah, I mean, Donovan's just like Myron said, it's for attention, right? And I got a quick story, and yes, I took an L on this one, so I'll be honest. A few years ago, there used to be this chick that used to go in the gym. She was a black girl, whatever. She used to work hard, sweaty, blah, blah, blah. And she would always give me the eye, and I'm like, whatever. This was when, Solo was in a little better shape than I am now, right? And so one day we were talking, and my dumbass, I was hanging out with some people for Valentine's Day, and I didn't want to be like, I didn't have anybody at the time. So I asked her to come with me. And of course, she's all down, whatever. And she ended up showing up late, right? Because her name was like Shanquisha or some shit. Something like, seriously, something like that, right, Donovan? I know you like to play on those names.
You was in the hood then.
What was that?
The hood, Jim?
No, I wasn't in the hood. It's just she was in the suburbs, And long story short, Donovan, I mean, it didn't pan out well. She came late and I wasn't happy. And then she had the audacity to have an attitude with me for her showing up late. Black girl logic, right? So long story short, after that, entanglement, I get it, egg tanglement, because we do. The girl stopped showing up at the gym. And one of the things about the gym is I know women and guys, they just go to the gym to socialize, Donovan. There's always that one guy, right, Donovan, that's at the gym for like 3 hours. You never see him working out.
Doesn't lift anything.
Yeah. And women do it too. There's certain women that they'll just be talking to different guys, this and that. And then she'll, develop a reputation as being that ran through girl in the gym. So it's for attention purposes, validation purpose. I'm there to work out, sweat and tears and a lot of snot. I'm not there to holler at nobody. Facts.
Red Pill Mike with the $100 super chat says women smash during the warm season to scratch the itch. During cuffing, they will smash trying to scare the lock. If there is ever a time to go temporary MGTOW, cuffing is when I pull back. This is not a foregone conclusion, but it has kept me from less drama. That makes perfect sense. If you want to know if a woman really likes you, see if she'll commit to you during the summertime. Everybody's wearing less clothing and one is sleeping with everyone. Red Pill Mike with the $100 super chat. Solo never skips on egg day. Oh wow, that's a good one. Lucario, what are your thoughts on why girls get all dolled up to go to the bed? To go to the bed. To go to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of it is just really like, well, I more so see women dressing real sexy for the gym. You know what I'm saying? But again, most things are for attention anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is that they don't actually have to be dressed like how they're dressed and looking how they look at a place like that where they're going to be sweating and working out and doing all that other stuff. But again, it's still at all times they want to, look a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, you got to understand, it's still an attention thing, no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's like attention is like crack to women. You understand? Like they crave it, so they're gonna always, in as many situations as possible, want to present a certain way so that they can get a certain type of attention. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Kevin, what are your thoughts on why women get all dolled up and put on perfume to go to the gym?
As the resident fragrance and fashion guy,
There it is.
and a guy who used to be a Group X instructor at 24-hour fitness cycle.
Oh, no shit.
For
that guy.
I will tell you that men put on fragrance to go to the gym too. They call them gym codes. Just Google, check on YouTube, best fragrances for the gym, and you'll see hundreds of thousands of views.
Okay.
No, dude, I'm dead serious. Dallas, 24-hour fitness on 75 and Royal Lane. We used to call it Club 24. People would get dressed. They would have matching outfits. Women more so than men, but they would go there to socialize because, guys, understand the nightclub scene has died.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to the hip hop clubs, where else do people who used to go to the jazz clubs, the lounges, and things like that go? They go to the gym. Women go here because they can go practice provocative sexual moves and be seen by men and not be out of place. Why? That's what, with the rise of yoga and Pilates and Group X classes and samba and salsa, women get to display the same things they displayed on the dance floor in a nightclub. This is the modern hookup. So the worst place to do, number one, like you said, find your home gym, go get your workout on. But I tell guys, find a gym like Club 24-hour fitness, the happening spot, and go there to pick up women because it's the new meat market. Okay. Another reason why people women doll themselves up, we don't have a natural defense for the sense of smell. It's the first sense that develops outside the womb, and no matter how you try to, no matter how serious, how little serious we take it, there's a reason things like this are expensive, because they work.
Yeah,
they work. They attract us in. There's a reason why if a man wears Dior Sauvage or Acqua di Gio Profumo or Bleu de Chanel, he gets a different, or something like that, Invictus or 1 Million, he gets a different reaction versus he wears Hermes or gray flannel or a Dracar. One is sexy, one is dated. See, human beings are really good at understanding what works. And I'm a big proponent of outcomes. I do what freaking works.
Oh, you almost did it. I like
I do what works, brother. I do what works.
Shout out to Manny Moomin with the 5 British pound super chat. I will say this before we get to our super chat questions. Actually, another very good question. Kevin is 100% right. Nightclubs they're dead. Nightclubs and bars, like guys and girls don't meet at nightclubs or bars anymore. The reason why is because nightclubs is literally just, it's like the dance floors are getting smaller and it's just bottle service and tables. Dude, nobody wants to pay $750 for a table and bottle service, or most people can't afford that. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Right? And when you want to talk to girls, they're surrounded by guys with bottle service. They're not trying to get with you. They're trying to get with the guys behind the velvet rope. So that's out. Bars, girls actually go to bars now to meet Tinder dates. Like I've taken girls out to drink. They'll be waiting on me at the bar. Girls don't go to meet guys at the bar anymore. They actually go to meet the guys that they're meeting offline. So we got a super chat question here from Django Geek, $5. He says, what's best if you want kids? I've got 2 helpmeets, only 1 house. If I had 2 houses, could I have 2 families? They behave when you got your own. Django Geek, I'm going to assume that you live in America. So I'm going to let Lucario address this one first. What's the answer to this guy's question?
So he said, what's
best if you want kids? He's got 2 helpmates, but only 1 house. If I had 2 houses, I could have 2 families. They behave when you got your own.
Man, see, the thing is, I don't want kids, so I'm probably the worst person. to ask this
Well, I'll
question.
tell you what, if he were a friend of yours and he were to come and ask you, what would you tell him? Well, listen, if you wanted kids, is this the way you would do it?
Right. I mean, well, the thing is, if you want kids, man, you need to really have you a chick that's really down for you and been down for you for years before you even think about having kids. I don't know why a lot of people end up having kids with, random women or, having baby mamas and all that other stuff and having two different households and all that. Listen, get you a chick who's down for years and then have a kid with her. You understand? Because dudes just say, well, mistakes happen. No, it don't. You understand? There's ways to not get a chick pregnant. You understand? Like, I've had sex with hundreds of women, no kids. You understand what I'm saying? So just control that. So I just say the best way to have it is to really have a chick that's been with you, who's down for you, who is on point, and have it with that woman. Now, anything can happen where a relationship could go, wherever. But you still want to make sure that the person you're having kids with is, the woman you're having kids with is on point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't be all over the place with it. You see what I'm saying?
Very good. Kevin, what is your advice to this guy? He wants to have kids. I'm assuming he lives in America. What's your advice to this guy?
As somebody who's open to having another kid and already has a kid, I would tell you this. Number one, you want to have maximum financial leverage. I say you need to employ your woman. You need to employ the wife, your child's mother, your wife, whatever you call it. If she cannot be working outside of the home,
there you go.
She cannot be reporting to someone else. Her job is now to raise your children, and your job is to make sure that she stays on your program. So you kind of like, if you don't mind me using a little bit of what you got going on, Donovan.
Yeah.
Devin used to have her, was perfectly fine working outside of their relationship. Donovan has made himself successful enough to where he's made an economy for his girlfriend. And therefore she's dependent upon him. And it gives him more. And when you have that situation, you have more leverage. Because understand, once that woman has a child, you are biologically her second priority.
There you go.
You have to make sure that the scale is tipped in your favor to outweigh the biology. So I got to ask, why do you want the kid? Because the old school talking about legacy, the rules have changed. I mean, not the rules have changed. The environment has changed, and we have to act accordingly. I believe in maximum leverage.
Okay, very good. And a lot of people don't like that word leverage. But Kevin, listen, these are the facts. Women are exercising leverage over men when they take advantage of men.
Big facts, man. Women always leverage.
Listen, I was going to go to you next, Myron. Go ahead and say what you got to say, and then answer our guy's question here.
Sure. Just because I gotta double down on what Kevin just said right there. You guys got to understand that women are always leveraging their commodity against you. When a chick tells you, "Oh, take out the trash and we can have some bedroom fun later," or whatever it is, like chicks are always leveraging and finessing men and leveraging 9 out of 10 times their sexuality against you in return for some kind of compliance. This is why, like, when you let a chick know on certain terms, hey, you can't dangle the carrot of sex to me because I'll just go get it from somewhere else. A lot of girls won't want to deal with you because they know they can't manipulate you. So that you got, as a man, you have to play the same game women play. You got to be cutthroat just like them. You got to leverage your commodities against them as well. But to answer this question with kids, man, I got to ask the guy something like, bro, how old are you? Are you like,
I need more information.
We need more information, bro, because like, if you're a 25-year-old asking this question, I'm going to tell you, what the fuck are you doing? Like, are you stupid? Like, seriously, like, bro, like, stupid. You got to get your money on point first and get your life on track before you can even think about having a serious girlfriend, let alone a child with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to double down on what Lucario said as well. Lucario said, you need a chick that's been with you for years. Yeah, man. Like, you need a chick that's been down, that was with you, like, for a minute, so that you've properly vetted and is now following you. You know what I'm saying? Then you could think about even having kids. But bro, this is like, we need more information because you might not even be at the stage where you're ready for kids. You got to have other things in place before you even think about that. And in today's sexual marketplace, the way women are now, man, the days of making $30,000 a year and a Kia Sophia and a fucking insurance policy, it's not enough, man. You have to have way more to not only, one, keep your chick in line so that she respects you and follows you, but number two, actually raise children with her. The cost of having children nowadays is not like 1985. It's far more. Like if you have a family of, let's say 4, a mom, you got you, your wife, and your 2 kids, right? That's like pretty much like the American ideal. You're going to need to make a substantial amount of money to be able to raise that family, especially if you don't want your wife to work, which is probably the most optimal thing to do if you want to raise your kids in the best environment, save on daycare, etc. And I know Kev talks a lot about this on his show, where when women ask, "Oh, well, I don't want to work," and then Kev like breaks it down methodically, like how much money their guy has to make and why these chicks are fucking up and they'll never get them. It's hilarious. But anyway, but like the thing is that you got to understand and really do the math and figure out what's it going to cost you to have a wife and then to have the kids. So we got to get more information from you, my man.
Yeah, we need a lot more. We need a lot more information. We don't know how old this guy is. We don't know what his financial situation is. A special shout out goes to Colion Noir, who is watching with the $100 super chat. Says, great panel. Always watching Donovan, Kevin, and Solo. And for those of you who do not know who this guy is, that's Colion Noir. That's who he is. He is a gun rights activist. He's originally from Texas. He regularly makes appearances on the Fox News channel. He's been on with Tucker Carlson more times than I can count. So Colion Noir is absolutely positively a made man.
I watch him too.
Yeah, dude, so do I. Dude, his tactical videos on Instagram, like I'll catch myself watching those all the time, like wishing that I could kind of be.
Shout out to Colion, man, big supporter. I appreciate
Colion he's definitely a made man.
Thank you for the support, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go on this one, right? So he says, what's best if you want kids in America? Don't have kids. Don't have kids in the United States of America. Don't have kids in Great Britain. Don't have kids in Australia. Do not have children where feminism is a stronghold. You understand this? I think this dude is just. And again, I need more information because something tells me he might not live in America. It appears that English is his first language indeed. And by the way, Colion, dude, shoot me a DM. Whatever, shoot me a DM on Twitter or whatever, man. I'd love to have you out. I'd love to have you on the show sometime. But what this guy has to understand, this guy has to be young. If this guy is if this guy is watching our show, if he's watching the 6 on Sunday night, how on God's green earth are you going to justify what's best if you want kids? You're trying to have 2 families with 2 women. It's like you're asking for double the fuckery. Number 1. Number 2, you said they obey when you have your own. No, they don't. Women stay out of pocket when they're married to millionaires and billionaires. If you don't even have your own house yet, that actually tells me that you might be living with one of these women. So listen, man, I appreciate the super chat, but bruh, you absolutely positively we need more information. But you cannot have kids with an American woman, with American women in America. That is absolutely positively never, ever, ever going to work. Who didn't we go to? Solo. What's your answer to this guy?
My answer might be a little different than you guys. Personally speaking, you can vet women all you want and do all this leverage thing, but as long as they have the system behind them, they can still do a 180 and flip on you, right? So my thing is this: you can do 2 things, and this is my opinion. You can go the Michael Jackson route, right, where you and the woman have some sort of an arrangement, but you got to have full custody. That's the key. Have full custody of the kid. So even if she does flip, then you have the paperwork and you have everything backing you up, where then she can't do anything because she's already been compensated, or you have the full custody, period. You know what I mean? The second thing would be maybe do the overseas thing where, you might, this is a guy I used to always do videos with. He went to the Philippines, met his wife there and knocked her up. And now he didn't bring her back though. He's still in the Philippines with the wife and kids, and they're doing well, last I heard. So we can talk about, vetting women and all of this and that, but we know that women change, they're whimsical. And especially if she's pregnant. I mean, one day she'll be crying for no reason because, you didn't get a little Debbie's or something like that. And next thing you know, she's like, I hate you, I'm done. And you know, and I've seen this happen. Like I've seen this happen, especially us, you know, being black men, that the system will always favor women in this type of situation. So me personally, I would say that you got to have leverage in regards to making sure you have full custody, where she can't weaponize the child against you.
I'll tell you this, man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kevin. You got it. Go ahead.
See, one thing that I would say is that in any feminized country, as a man, you have to understand something. Anytime you have a child, you're going to have to factor in you're going to lose. You're going to lose eventually.
It's inevitable, Kevin. It's inevitable.
So at 51, I'm all right with the loss. But it's like going to Vegas. I write the loss into the trip.
There you go, man.
When I go out to a meal, I write the tip into the meal. It's just how long what is your tolerance for risk, and what do you hope to get out of it? And where the upside. Shout out to ARC. I don't say other content creators' names, but he just recently got married to his young wife, and they have a child.
Yeah, he did it.
But he's we're around the same age, and she's in her 20s. Arguably, we've got 20, 30 more years on this planet. I mean, we're out of here.
And Alan is damn near 60 years old, man.
So the downsides for a man like myself, it's kind of like you stop fearing life in prison the older you get.
There you go. That's really what it comes down to. And Solo actually made me think of a real possibility. If you want kids in America, the best option is a surrogate.
Mm-hmm.
A surrogate. Listen, you pay a woman $35,000-$40,000. You borrow her womb, you borrow her egg. She signs away all parental rights. She has you feed her food, make sure she's eating 3,000 calories a day. You get her nice and fat. She pops out a healthy baby. That baby now belongs to you legally. And then at that point, then the baby is yours. You cannot have a child with a woman in the United States if she is not a surrogate. You will absolutely lose every single time. Listen, it is a mathematical certainty. It's a mathematical certainty, guys. And the Vegas analogy was perfect with Kevin. The house always wins. You don't think they build all those big buildings in Vegas with loose slot machines, do you? No, it is 100% rigged, just like the reproductive system. And understand this too, guys. I don't know that you know this, but women decide which people live and die. They decide if they want to have a Noit Roba spelled backwards, they can do it. Listen, you can raise Cain all you want to. She's going to do whatever she wants to do. Women decide on which babies get born and which babies do not. So they have full control of all reproductive rights, both theirs and yours. Surrogate is the only way to go in the United States. That's the only thing I can tell you. Do not shoot your seed in a woman you do not have a contractual agreement where she relinquishes all parental rights. It will never work out for you. Jason Moreno, $4.99 says, look at his profile pic. Dude's got to be in his 20s, I'm betting. Yeah, he's thinking of having like 2 women that he can have sex with all the time. And something tells me it might not really be about the babies. It might just be about practicing. Daryl Davis, $20 says, I go to the gym and work, and I feel the same about what you guys are talking about. I wear deodorant. That smells good at the gym too. I have problems because of my lack of communication at the gym, same at work. Well, I don't know. Judging by the looks of your girl, doesn't look like you have too many problems there. Hang on. We got a couple more. Justin M with the 10 Canadian dollars says, love the show. Asking a woman how to catch another is the equivalent of walking up to a fisherman and then jumping into the water to ask the fish. Give them what they ask for, and they give you what you don't. Very well said. David Rodriguez, $100 super chat.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, man, it's the second one. Iron sharpen iron. Great strength in a multitude of counselors. Thank you, gentlemen. David Rodriguez, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you so much for the support.
Yeah. You gave us 100 on the last show too, man. So thank you, bro. We noticed that.
Absolutely, man. Okay, so this is a question that I want to pose to the panel. And this is actually going to be our last. We're gonna wrap it up here, but this is going to be a fairly extensive. It's going to be sort of 3-part question. What does your value have to be? And we're going to go one at a time. What does your value have to be to have a one-night stand, to have a friends with benefits arrangement, to have a long-term relationship? We're going to go from the bottom up. One night stand. Myron, what does your value have to be? What do you have to look like? Do you have to make a lot of money? One night stands. Go.
A one night stand. So for a one night stand, you just need to purport yourself to a certain level and adhere to that for the night. You know what I'm saying? As you guys know, I'm here in Miami, Florida. Dudes do it all the time. They'll get a table, right? They'll do a facade. They'll tell the girl, it's all at my table. They might say, I got a Lamborghini out in the front. But what the girl doesn't know is that the dude didn't pay for the table. The Lamborghini's rented, and he's staying at the Fontainebleau for only one day, and he's going to get kicked out the next night. So, for a one night stand, you just need to have high value on an immediacy type level for that night, depending on how she's going to see you, especially when you're in a place like Miami, Las Vegas, maybe even LA, like these tourist destinations, Tulum, Mexico. Like for the night, you just need to be that high value guy. And that's a lot what like Mystery teaches back in the day. A lot of the old school pickup artists teach you how to emulate these behaviors to be very attractive to run night game back in the day. But this was prior to social media. Things have changed. So nowadays you're probably gonna have a social media profile to back up this status, etc. But in general, it's a short turnaround of showing high value for the night to get the one night stand. That's what you're
Devin, listen, sweetheart, you need to cool it. Men are talking. Like, enough with all of that. Solo, what kind of value? Because listen, I agree with Myron. I don't think you don't have to have real high value. You can absolutely fake high value for a night, right? You can rent a Lamborghini, rent a penthouse, whatever the case may be. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, for a one night stand, Donovan, you just got to be the guy she wants to fuck for that night. I mean, it's really simple. If you, and with the one night stand too, I mean, and I'm not trying to be all whatever, but you got to be in the right place at the right time, talking to the right girl too, right? But it's about, are you that guy that she's attracted to? Are you that guy that's able to lead the situation from the club or the online dating app into the bedroom where you blown her back out and she's calling you daddy like I did last night? Facts. You know what I mean? So the reality is, are you that guy able to do that? And obviously, when I say attractive, you got to be that guy that she wants for that night. I mean, it doesn't matter if she's a 9 or a 6, 7, whatever. Are you that guy able to lead that interaction? Now, for friends with benefits, it's a little different. Are you that guy who's able to pound her back out consistently the way she likes? Right? Now here's the thing. Everybody is always talking about, I'm looking for a freak, this and that. But can you handle a freak every night? Can you really do that every night, every time? That's the thing. That's what friends with benefits about, right? Some guys, let's be honest. Most of us, once we bust that nut, it's like, okay, can we smoke a cigarette and can you
can we kick it?
Right. But can you keep it up? Now, Donovan, we got to do a show in the future, and I'm proposing this about the secret alternative life I was into. When I say alternative, relax. I'm talking about the BDSM life, right?
Yes. Okay.
The BDSM life, when I was part of it, it was by accident. Literally, Donovan. Okay. I had a white girl came over. This was 2012. She was into this whole 50 Shades of Grey. She liked me to do all these dirty things. And back then, even 2012, even though I was red pill aware, I was like, this sex is different, Donovan. I'm handcuffing this girl. I'm smacking her across the face with my penis until she gags on it. I'm sorry, Donovan, but you got to understand, literally. And then one thing I realized as I got deeper into that BDSM life is that there's certain women, they have different, what they call kinks, different things that turn them on. Some women, Donovan, want to be choked to the point that they're breathless while you're pounding them out.
Yes.
Some women, Donovan, want to be smacked consensually, of course, consensually. And then some women just want to be handcuffed, and they call it humiliation.
Yes.
Where you just talk a bunch of, and so this is a different topic for maybe a different video, but there's certain guys, when they make love, they play Usher and be like, nice and slow. No. Some girls, Donovan, they just want to get fucked, and they want to get fucked hard.
That's
and
it.
Are you going to be that guy that's going to fuck her? Or are you going to be that guy saying, I want to make love to you?
Oh,
This guy, Facts.
Yeah, listen, Solo is 100% right. Yeah, it's James Young's $2 super chat says more kids, more child support. Yeah,
I mean, Lucario, you know what's up. Lucario knows what's up. He knows I'm telling the truth.
So Lucario, so what's up with it? What kind of value does a man have to get just a one night stand, just to smash a girl one night and then be out?
I mean, the thing is, this is really about sex appeal. That's it. If you're sexually appealing to the woman, she'll want to have sex with you that night. It's that simple. The problem is a lot of guys confuse sex appeal with other things. So like they'll be like, oh well, let me get my money up, and I'm like, that's not gonna make her want to have a one night stand with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be a situation where you could be in a situation where a woman might have sex with you that one night because she thinks you're a trick, and she may think, well, and this is if she's like, a dumb hoe, meaning that she actually gives the vagina before she gets the goodies. You understand, which is the money. So you have women that are that stupid that'll do that because they're like, oh, he has a lot of money. Let me give him some so that I can maybe get some of his money or gets his resources. But generally, what happens is that guys who sort of use that strategy, the women end up stringing them along so they don't get the one night stand. So the one night stand thing is really, really all about sex appeal, and sex appeal is a combination of things. It could be your look, appearance, and your behavior. You understand what I'm saying? How you're coming at the girl, and that's gonna elicit a situation where she's gonna want to come at you and have sex with you for that night. So that's how you get the one night stand. So it's definitely about the sex appeal. You know what I mean?
Kevin, what kind of now you're the high value expert here. Obviously, there's a big difference in the kind of value you have to have for a one night stand, friends with benefits LTR. What kind of value or fake value do you have to be able to score a one night stand?
Well, for one night stand, I would say you need very high visibility SMV.
Okay.
Sexual marketplace value, I think Mr. Lucario hit very well. It's ultimately classified as sex appeal. But let's say we all walk into the club, and if I walk into the club or Donovan walk in the club, Lucario, Myron, but Solo comes in and we all kind of defer to him and the bouncers know him and he's sitting in the VIP, he is going to have the one night stands because his visibility, everybody can say he's the man, he's the man, he's the man. That is one of the easiest ways, especially in today's modern scene, because women key heavily off of pre-selection. Now, yeah, you can chat them up and have one night stand if you have high sex appeal, but most of you guys, you're asking questions. You'll probably talk yourself out of a situation that you would have been. It'd have been better just to let her think whatever she wants to and keep your mouth closed. Come on, Lucario, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Listen, a lot of guys talk themselves out of some easy
facts.
Let's talk about friends of benefit. Again, you need to still have high SMV because the friends of benefit, she's still going to be having sex with you instead of other people. So you need to be able to give her particular sex or kink or whatever the way she wants, to where she's willing to forego other options because she's giving it away for nothing except the orgasm. There's no finances, no nothing. This is a basic transaction. So the sex has to be good enough to miss sleep for, come home. I mean, good enough to forego cheap dates or potential better dates with simps or tricks. So it's got to be good. Now, as far as having the long-term relationship, that still has to be above average.
Yeah, of course,
be above average because a woman, and today with women working and having access to their own money, their own resource, it really gets down to the primary rules. The primary rules of human beings we have always kept score is fighting and fuck.
That's it. That's right. You and I used to have those conversations, man.
So you got to still you got to either be very high, or at least above average for whatever you're looking for. So,
okay. So the last one, friends with benefits arrangement and LTR, that actually was a trick question. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why I agree. If a woman foregoes all other options to be with you, okay, she is looking at you I'll put it to you this way. Let's say you start sleeping with a girl, right? You have the one night stand, you have her over for a couple more nights, right? If you are if you are high value and you have a friends with benefits arrangement with a woman, she is automatically, if your value is high enough, she is automatically going to want to be in a long-term relationship with you. I think, and this will be our last go around here because it's already past my bedtime here. Mm-hmm. It is my assertion that your value for a friends with benefits arrangement has to be equal to LTR. Because if a girl won't be a friend with benefits with you, she's damn sure not going to commit to you. So if a woman is going to allow you to use her sexually, non-exclusively, she really, really, really has to like you. And at some point, going to make a play to get with you. Lucario, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that the value is one and the same? Do you think one is higher than the other? Am I off my rocker or am I crazy?
It depends though, because in a lot of cases, yes, where if she sees you as a friends with benefits, she could most likely see you as boyfriend material, but that depends on definitely if the guy is high value. If he has qualities that make a good boyfriend. But at the same time, on the flip side, you could just be just have some good dick. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning that because women, what they do is they usually, like, let's say a woman is seeing like 5 dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Or I say this, she has one main dude she sees, that's not her boyfriend, but it's a main guy she sees. And then she rotates like 4 other guys that come in and out of her life, whatever.
Okay.
That one main guy who's the fuck buddy, friends with benefits, she's going to keep him around because he's good dick. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be good boyfriend material. But if he is giving enough value, then she'll be like, yes, I want him as a boyfriend. But sometimes some women know that he has good dick, but he'd probably be terrible as a boyfriend. So they won't have him as a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? So it all depends on the guy and how much value that woman sees in him as far as boyfriend material. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. I'm being told that I missed Daryl Davis's $20 super chat. No, I did not miss that one. I specifically remember reading it. Myron, what are your thoughts? Listen, I actually so Lucario already blew my theory out of the water because he's absolutely right. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides. If a girl is having casual relations with you, you've successfully achieved one side of what she needs, right? You're getting the alpha Fs. If this is going on Patreon, right?
Yes, this one's definitely going.
Right. So you've accomplished the alpha fuck side. So now, now can you satisfy the other side? The security side, the commitment side, the provisioning side. Do you have your money together, or do you have your stuff together? As far as, like, do you have your own place? Are you financially sound, etc.? If you have these things in place and you're fulfilling her sexual needs, more than likely, yes, I agree with you, Donovan, 100%. She's going to angle for some kind of relationship with you. Whether she does it now or 5 months from now, whatever, you're going to continuously beat out the other guys that she's dealing with or seeing casually because you bring both things to the table. However, let's keep it real. Just like Lucario was saying, most guys can't accomplish both of these things at the same time. So it's typically either really great dick or, like, the guy has, like, money and he has that security thing handled. So since girls can rarely find these two qualities in the same guy, this is why I always say, like, dudes need to date non-exclusively, because these chicks are dating non-exclusively. If you take a chick
out of habit,
like a 9 or a 10, exactly, out of habit, like, if you take a chick that's like a 9 or a 10, man, she's gonna have a dude that pays her phone bill, a dude that pays, like, her car note, a guy that pays her rent, right, or, like, crashing his penthouse every now and then when he's in Europe, a dude that she's having sex with, another guy that she's, like, somewhat committed to as a boyfriend. Like, these girls have, like, different roles for different guys. Why is it? Because they're very attractive. But the difference is that these girls are very smart about how they move, because women innately know that no guy likes a promiscuous woman. So she's never going to come out and ever tell these guys, I'm seeing multiple men, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because the girls know deeply that most guys are repulsed by chicks that get around. So, as far as, like, if a girl is with you as a friends of benefits thing, it depends. I would say, like, if you have your money handled and she actually finds you physically attractive, she's, like, giving you head without you asking, she wants to actually have sex with you, she's actually initiating sex with you, she never like, withholds sex from you. These are all good signs that she actually finds you physically attractive as well. And then if you got your money on point, it's just a matter of time until she sees you as her best option. And then she's going to try to angle for a relationship and give you that stupid question. Oh, what are we? Blah, blah, blah. Then I didn't get a chance to answer the LTR one, but with the LTR, I got to agree with Kev on that too. You just gotta be better than the other guys to like some degree. And the thing is that women out earn men in a lot of cities in the United States nowadays. You know what I mean? Colleges nowadays are about 60% female, 40% men. More girls are getting college degrees. More girls have higher earning potential. You go to a place like Washington, D.C., New York City, etc. There's so many women that earn six figures, man. So since girls, a lot of women have this kind of handled, if you want a real long-term relationship, that's why I always say, 50 lay count, 100 grand a year, 6 months savings at the bank, etc. The reason why I say this is because so many women have their money right to the point that the only way you're really going to be able to exert boundaries is, quite frankly, you have to be better than her, which means you got to earn more than her. You got to have you got to be higher status than her. As much as these fucking feminists want to sit here and cry and say, oh, I want an equal partnership. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. You're superior to you in every which way. Because the thing is, by her saying, I want a guy on my level, she's basically saying, I'm not hot enough to get a guy better than me. Girls always date up, man. They don't want an equal fucking partnership. Women don't build, they move in, bro. So the thing is with an LTR, you have to have that castle built before you even think about bringing anyone to visit. So that's what I think with LTRs and benefits.
Especially if she's young, dude. If she's young and hot, you got to do what you got to do. Big thanks goes out to C-Dub with the $20 super chat. Says DS is right. Surrogacy with clear legal custody rights in place before the child is ever born is one of the few effective ways for a man to legally protect himself from the substantial state weaponry men wield against men. Daryl Davis, $5, says my gay cousin used a surrogate mother. It worked out perfect for him and his husband. Cute little second cousin. Hey, listen, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, Solo, that's a funny face. That Solo. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got to get that one. So let's not comment on that. What do you think of my theory in terms of having to have the same SMV, the same value for friends with benefits as with LTRs?
Yeah. I mean, I agree, Donovan, but I would argue that typically with friends with benefits, it's usually a situation where one person wants more than the other, right?
Yeah.
And so the person who has the high values then able to dictate those terms. So let's say, Donovan, you're in a friends with benefits situation and the girl wants something more. She's willing to deal with the friends with benefits because she wants you, because your SMV is higher, right?
That's exactly right.
So here's the thing. For most women, let's be honest, and even men, the reason why you put her in the friends with benefits category is because, yeah, she's bangable, but you don't see her as relationship material usually, or you have other options or other things that you want to deal with, right?
Yeah.
And so with friends with benefits situations, sometimes it's not always that you have to have the high SMV in regards to, having your finances together and stuff together in that regard. Sometimes it's just the fact that she wants to bang you or she likes you enough where she's willing to deal with it because you smut her out, right? You blow her back out. You know what I'm saying? Now, with the LTR gambit, I totally agree with that. You have to have your SMV up because most women now, if they're committing to you and giving up the other options, women are always going to have orbiters around, Donovan. We know that.
Of course, they're getting offers all the time.
Yeah, so for her to give that up, and this is where Donovan's, how to get women on your program. He released the ebook or audio version like a year ago.
Yeah.
Remember, Donovan, the 16 ways to get women on your program?
16 ways to immediately disqualify her for a long-term relationship. That's right.
Right. You got to have that.
That's right.
Not a lot of these women aren't in 2020. Okay, I'm not talking 1984 or 1950. We're talking 2020. A lot of women aren't LTR material. When I'm talking a lot of women, I'm talking about modern women from 18 to 35.
Yep.
80% of them are automatically disqualified for LTR material.
Hey,
that's my opinion. Facts. That's all I got to say.
I say 90 Solo.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm going higher than that. I'm going 95, man. And it's funny. People watch this stuff and they get all up in arms, and then they're swiping right for sausage on Tinder. This is the world we live in. Kevin, I'm going to give you the last word on this. What do you think of my assertion, which was effectively debunked by Lucario in about 15 seconds, that your SMV for an LTR may as well be the same as an SMV for a friends with benefits arrangement.
Yeah, I agree with Lucario because here's the thing. I heard of and I've seen people who are friends with benefits relationships who know that you are nowhere close to being in-person relationship.
That's all right.
It's like, look, you're cool with this, but my value outside of the bedroom is so much higher than yours. A woman cannot take you in front of her friends or colleagues or whatever. You must be having good enough sex to overcome the ability for her never to be able to get the attention from a relationship. Women are judged based upon the caliber of men they can attract and keep. If she can only have sex with you, but she cannot be seen in public with you, that means no matter how good of a man you are, she could never accept a proposal from you. She could never be seen in public with you. And there's a downside to that for many women, because eventually they want something else for most of these women. Now, this is why, the alpha bucks, beta bucks, it comes in many different ways. And I think with so much information today, with all of us understanding how the way the world is, I think a lot of guys are having trouble just really understanding where they kind of fit on that whole totem pole.
Yep.
But you fit where you fit, brother, just like I do.
Facts.
I just accept the truth for what it is.
I agree. I also think it's an age thing. Mm-hmm. If a guy is giving a woman good dick, like let's say she's dating two guys and she's always dating more than one guy. If one guy is tall and he's hot, he's dicking her down. The other guy is a lawyer, but the girl is young and hot and 22. Guess what? She wants to commit to the guy with the good dick. She's not all the time in the world, right? Her priorities are very different when she's 22. When she's 32, she's not going to commit to the guy who dicks her down. She'll commit to the guy who's the lawyer, but still continue to get dicked down by the dude with the good dick.
Right. Donovan, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
I got to run. I got to pack.
I wanted to actually talk about kind of what Kevin was saying, where I agree with. We was talking about the sexual market value coming into a spot where everyone's deferring to that one guy, because I had a friend who used to do this thing. He's like on some pickup artist stuff. He would go into like a lounge spot and he would talk to, let's say he talked to 10 girls, and then he would talk to each 10 of them for maybe like 3 minutes each. And he said, hey, if you remember my name and you see me by the end of the night and say my name, I'll buy you a drink. So then he would go to like the 11th girl, be chilling with her, and then it'll be like 10 girls or 15 girls coming up to him saying, hey, so-and-so, what's up with that drink or whatever. So then the girl he's with sees all the girls hollering at him. So then he'd be able to have the one night stand. You see what I'm saying? So I should point that out. Y'all can probably use that if y'all want. You know what I'm saying? But that goes down.
Level shit.
Right.
Next level shit. That's some Jedi shit right there, man.
Right. Wow. Also, guys, tonight at 11, I'm going to be doing my show on my channel. So come through. I'm going to be talking about how to spot deceitful women. So I just wanted to make sure I say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, that's going to do it for this edition of The Six. I mean, we had to cut it a little bit short. We went an hour and 18 minutes, but then we got on a little bit late. We got a lot late. Guys, thank you very, very much for all of your super chats. I'm going to read them out as soon as I can get to the bottom. There we go. The Club, Professor Rich, Cowdenicus, James Young, True Chino, Red Pill Mike, Django Geek, Manny Mumin, Seeker of Truth, Nigatar, Colion Noir making an appearance, Jason Moreno, Daryl Davis, Justin M, David Rodriguez with the big $100 super chat, and of course C-Dub. Thank you all for your contributions tonight. This week I'll actually be in Miami. I'll be in studio with Myron Gaines for the Fresh on Thursday night at 6:00 p.m. Eastern. Dude, it's going to be tacos and big booty Brazilian bitches all day long. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then next week, I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada for the promotion of Womanese Volume 3. We're also doing some recon for our event down there. So again, thank you guys very, very much for the support tonight.